A gunman takes cops on a high-speed chase.
I'm behind that robbery suspect.
It starts at 95 miles per hour on a busy freeway.
I'm eastbound at Hewlin. I need another unit with me.
Turns into a foot pursuit in the brush. And ends with a Wild West shootout.
We got an officer down.
But only one will live. And one will die. It was a sunny afternoon in Fort Worth, Texas. But things are about to turn dark and deadly for the police.
You got units that can assist U.S. Marshals following an ag robbery suspect. Silver Ford escape.
Officer Matt Pearce was on routine patrol when he hears the radio call.
Supposed to be armed and dangerous.
The suspect is as bad as they come. Ed McIver Sr. has a long rap sheet and is wanted for stabbing his ex-wife in the eye with a pencil. And Junior's in the car riding shotgun.
243, permission for a third of the pursuit.
Matt's nearby, so he radios headquarters asking to join the chase. He's now the number 3 car in hot pursuit of the McIvers.
A lot of traffic at Horn, I can see it.
I pick up my radio and I hear the pursuit.
Back at the police academy, training instructor Brandy Camper is listening to the radio calls with anxious anticipation.
I hear Matt's voice. And I knew it was Matt because he's my friend. And we're listening to the pursuit and everybody's adrenaline's going up. And you're just like, go Matt, get him, you know. And we're listening to the other officers. We're like, come on. And it just keeps going.
The chase gets even more dangerous when the suspect pulls his SUV into a shopping center. He now takes cops on a zigzag ride through the parking lot. Once he's in the back alley, he wildly speeds up again.
They're going to fail to yell. They're going to take off on me.
A gate stops McIver. So he makes a U-turn and now races so close past the officers, he nearly sideswipes them. Now, McIver is going at breakneck speed in the parking lot.
We're in pursuit. We're going to Hewlin.
The shopping center is potentially filled with moms and their children. McIver makes a hard turn onto a busy street.
Southbound Hewlin.
Just ahead, Matt is waiting.
I see it.
He throws out stop stakes to try and slice the tires, but McIver must have seen Matt throw them out, so he switches into oncoming traffic. Now he's back on the freeway, and then he takes an unscheduled exit, driving right down an embankment and onto a side road. But Matt is one intersection ahead of him. He's now the number 1 car in the chase. It's up to him to stop McIver. Now they're in the rural part of Fort Worth. McIver slows down, turns into the dusty driveway of a farm, and then...
Bailing. Coming up the hill.
When Matt says that these 2 guys bail out of the car and that both of them have guns, the SWAT officer leaves the office that we're in and heads down to the SWAT office to grab the team and head to the scene.
The 2 suspects are loose. Matt goes after Ed Sr.
Stop right there! Forward, please!
Matt is running all out until he hits a thicket of mesquite trees. He can barely walk through them. And then he comes to a barbed wire fence. Impossible to crawl under, and too high to just jump over with all the equipment he's carrying. So he climbs a fence post and falls off, getting caught up in the thorny branches. Matt sees McIver and shoots at him. As Matt tries to crawl out of the branches, staring straight into the evil eyes of Ed McIver, the cold steel of a gun. The first bullet blows Matt backwards. He's hit in the femur, shattering it into pieces.
There was a long pause on the radio. And then the next thing we heard was an officer screaming on the radio.
We got an officer down. Officer's been shot.
I didn't even think. I just grabbed my medical bag and started running.
Brandy was an Army medic and is trained in emergency medicine. She rushes to the scene to help her brother in blue, who is bleeding red. Matt doesn't realize there are other officers nearby and more on the way. He clicks his radio for help, but all he gets is a busy signal.
These officers are talking over each other and they're all trying to key up on the radio at the same time.
As Matt is lying in the brush, his body cam shows McIver's dark shadow approaching. The monster delivers another bullet straight into Matt's face.
While we were driving, we keep waiting to hear that the scene was secure, that this officer was in the back of the ambulance, leaving the scene.
Matt is losing a lot of blood. He's fast heading into shock. His body cam picks up voices. Matt is breathing heavily, so listen carefully. Are those the voices of the suspects claiming to finish him off? Next, shot 5 times.
I'm down.
And these are Matt's chilling last words.
Blue. Blue.
Can Brandy get to him in time? He summons every last ounce of breath to yell,
Blue. Blue. I'm blue.